It was Halloween night in Paris, and the city was alive with festivities. The streets were filled with kids in costumes, laughter, and a sense of mischief hanging in the air. Marinette and Adrian had finished a busy day of Halloween activities and were looking forward to a little break from their superhero duties to enjoy the holiday. But Paris never truly sleeps, especially on a night like Halloween. As midnight approached, Marinette noticed something strange from her bedroom window. The Eiffel Tower was dark, shrouded in shadows despite the usual spotlights that illuminated it every night. Then a chilling announcement rang through her miraculous communicator, interrupting her thoughts. Ladybug, Cat Noir, we have a problem, Tiki said urgently. Someone's stolen the Miraculouses from Master Fu's former stash, and I'm sensing a dark energy in Paris. Marinette's heart raced as she transformed into Ladybug and swung out into the night. At the same time, Adrian, who had been at a Halloween gathering with his friends, received a message from Plague. Within seconds, he had transformed into Cat Noir and made his way to their meeting spot near the Seine. The two heroes met up, exchanging uneasy glances as they surveyed the darkened city. Who would dare to break into the miraculous stash? Ladybug wondered aloud. Before they could discuss it further, a dark, eerie voice echoed from the shadows. Ah, Ladybug and Cat Noir, you finally made it to my Halloween party. A figure stepped forward from the shadows, revealing a new villain, someone who seemed familiar but different. She wore a black and purple cloak with a half mask that made her look ghostly, and in her hands was the butterfly Miraculous. It glowed with a haunting light. It's Lila, Ladybug gasped. Lila, or Nightshade, as she called herself now, grinned wickedly. Oh, it's me. All right. Thanks to the Miraculouses, I have all the power I need to bring a little Halloween terror to Paris, and tonight I'm here to make you two pay for all the times you've ruined my plans. Ladybug took a step forward, her voice strong. Lila, you don't know what kind of power you're playing with. The Miraculouses aren't toys. Maybe not, Nightshade replied with a smirk, but they're perfect for a little revenge. With a dramatic wave of her hand, she summoned forth dark, spectral creatures, phantoms of Parisians she had akumatized, all under her control. Each ghostly figure wore a twisted version of their old Akuma forms, their faces obscured by eerie masks. The night was filled with unsettling whispers and cold gusts of wind as the phantoms surrounded Ladybug and Cat Noir. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Cat Noir murmured, his eyes narrowing. Ladybug nodded, gripping her yo-yo. Stay close. We can take them down one by one. They charged into the fight, dodging attacks from the Phantom Akumas, who seemed faster and more agile than their human counterparts. Ladybug's yo-yo flashed as she managed to tie up a couple of the ghostly figures, while Cat Noir swung his staff, sending phantoms scattering. But it was clear they couldn't keep this up forever. The phantoms were relentless, and each time they took one down, another seemed to appear in its place. We need a plan, Ladybug whispered to Cat Noir as they huddled behind a nearby fountain, catching their breath. She's using the butterfly Miraculous to control these phantoms. If we can get it away from her, we might be able to stop all of this. Cat Noir grinned, his confidence unwavering. Sounds like a classic heist. Let's make this Halloween unforgettable. With a nod, they formulated a quick plan. Ladybug would serve as the distraction, drawing Nightshade's attention, while Cat Noir would try to sneak up on her and swipe the butterfly Miraculous. Ladybug leaped out from behind the fountain, calling out to Nightshade. Is this really the best you can do, Lila? You think some shadows and costumes are enough to scare me? Nightshade glared at her. You always think you're so clever, Ladybug. But I know all about you and your weaknesses. You're just a girl who hides behind her powers. Ladybug laughed, staying calm. Funny, that's what I was going to say about you. Enraged, Nightshade unleashed a barrage of phantom spirits in Ladybug's direction, sending chills down her spine. She dodged and weaved, trying to keep the villain's attention focused on her. Meanwhile, Cat Noir crept along the rooftops, silently making his way behind Nightshade, his eyes set on the butterfly, Miraculous clasped in her hand. Finally, with a deft leap, he lunged forward, reaching for the Miraculous. But Nightshade saw him at the last second and twisted away, cackling as she held it out of reach. Nice try, kitty cat, she taunted. Cat Noir narrowed his eyes, ready to go for it again, but Nightshade summoned more phantoms to block him, pushing him back. I won't let you ruin this, she sneered. I'm in control now, and after I'm done with you two, I'll have Paris under my command. But Ladybug was ready for her. As Nightshade became distracted by Cat Noir, Ladybug spotted her opportunity and summoned her lucky charm. A pair of handcuffs appeared in her hands, gleaming under the moonlight. She quickly figured out what to do, hurling them with precision. The cuffs snapped onto Nightshade's wrists, locking her hands in place and loosening her grip on the butterfly Miraculous. Cat Noir seized the moment, swiping it from her hands with a triumphant smirk. No! Nightshade cried, struggling against the cuffs. You can't do this to me. Ladybug and Cat Noir exchanged a quick glance, relief evident on their faces. Ladybug threw her yo-yo, capturing the butterfly Miraculous and cleansing it of Nightshade's influence. The phantoms around them began to dissolve, their chilling whispers fading into the night. Without her powers, Lila stumbled back, defeated. She glared at Ladybug and Cat Noir, her face twisted with anger. You think you've won? She spat. This isn't over. I'll find another way to make you both pay. Ladybug just shook her head. Maybe you should focus on using your energy for something positive, Lila. Revenge only leads to more pain. As the Miraculouses were returned safely to their original resting place, Ladybug and Cat Noir took a final glance at the now empty streets. Halloween night was nearly over, and Paris had been saved once again from another close call. As the two heroes stood on a rooftop overlooking the city, Cat Noir couldn't help but chuckle. Well, that was one Halloween I'll never forget. Ladybug smiled, the tension finally melting away. Same here, Cat Noir. Let's hope next year's Halloween is a bit less eventful. They shared a smile under the glow of the moon, and with one last wave, they parted ways, each heading back to their lives, carrying a memory of the spookiest Halloween Paris had ever seen.